specific start and a specific stop. There are two past tenses in Spanish. Essentially, there's an imperfect and the preterite. We're only going to be dealing with the preterite today. Our next video will be dealing with the imperfect tense. Last time we updated a video or uploaded a video, it was on the present tense, which is speaking of events that happen presently. What's going on right now. So now if you master the preterite, you'll be able to communicate with whatever is going on in the past. Something that happened in the simple past, you'll be able to communicate. Just as a brief review, when we're talking about conjugation, the importance of it is identifying the subject or the individual. Who are we talking about? That's why conjugation is essential to Spanish. There are three categories of verbs in Spanish. There's the AR verb, the ER verb, and then the IR verb. Every verb in the infinitive form, and basically the infinitive form would just mean the verb that is in its original form, to walk, to talk, to jump, to throw, the preposition to, and then the action. It's a verb in the original form. Every verb ends with an AR, an ER, or an IR. Thirdly, there are three steps of conjugation. The three steps to conjugation. This is a quick formula that I came up with to help myself remember how to conjugate effectively, and that is to slash the verb ending, which would, or to slash the verb, which would be the AR, the ER, or the IR, then to write the stem, and after you slash the AR, whatever's left over would be the stem, and then thirdly, copy and paste the verb ending, and we'll get more into that momentarily. Fourth, we're going to discuss subject pronouns, just a brief review, and then we'll get into the preterite tense where the majority of our time will be spent today. The preterite tense, in my opinion, is one of the most useful tenses to communicate about something that's happened in the past. I mean, you can use the imperfect for stories and for uncertainty, but the preterite tense is going to be used more frequently when communicating about events, and you can employ it after you've mastered these verb endings. You can employ it today even in communication. So when we're talking about these verb endings, it's necessary to not just look at them, but to really memorize them and internalize them, so you'll be able to have them mastered. Remember that the pronunciation in Spanish is based upon the vowels. It's essential to be able to communicate the vowels effectively. If you communicate the vowels effectively, more than likely you'll be able to sound like a native speaker and be as fluent as possible. So if you just repeat the vowels with me, it's A, E, I, O, U. And again, the vowels are not, there's no short or long vowels in Spanish. Like English, we have short and long vowels. In Spanish, we just have one set of vowels. So that's very helpful when we're trying to pronounce a new word. Say it again. Say A, E, I, O, U. And if you really focus in on as you're communicating that, your mouth starts out large and then you go smaller as you communicate. If we were to pronounce these verb endings, it would be haste, o, amos, aron, I, iste, yo, imos, ieron. Here's the beauty of the preterite tense. I, iste, iste, yo, imos, imos, ieron, ieron. ER and I are verb exactly the same in the preterite tense. In regards to verb endings, that's very useful and helpful. Again, let's go over subject pronouns. When we're talking about subject, a pronoun, we're identifying the individual. Who are we talking about, or who are we trying or attempting to communicate to? Once we understand that, this word right here, conjugation, hopefully comes into clarity for you. 3S2C formula, slash, stem, copy and paste a verb ending. And then we see subject pronouns in English: I, you, he, she, it, we, you, all, y'all, and they. And then in Spanish: yo, tú, él, ella, usted, nosotros, ellos, ellas, ustedes. If we were to draw an imaginary line down the middle right here, anything to the left would be singular, anything to the right would be plural. So over here we have just one individual, over here we have multiple individuals. So if we look at, going into preterite tense now, if we look at the formula that we've created, 3S2C formula, it's very simple to be able to communicate. Hablar, to talk. We would just take the first thing, slash the verb ending, AR, done, and then I'll just go ahead and erase these as we go through it. So then the second step is write the stem, and the third and final step is to copy and paste the verb ending. Right there, hable. Once we take the verb, we slash the ending, we write the stem, copy and paste the verb ending, hablaste. Same thing here, habló, hablamos, hablaron. So if we were to take that and actually put it into practice, what it would look like would be ellos hablaron con él. And as you guess, this is the past tense. In English, you would say they talked, or you could say they spoke with him. Okay? We'll look at another example here. If I were to ask, did you speak with her? It would look something like this. If I can get my cursor in the right place, here we go. Did you speak with her? How do you think we would do that? We would start with hablaste. Did you talk, or did you speak? Hablaste con preposition ella. Did you talk with her? Hablaste con ella. Yes, I talked with her. Sí, hablé con ella. Hopefully that makes sense to you. We'll briefly go over the ER and IR verbs, and then if you need more repetitions, you can just go back and watch this video, or I'm sure you can find other resources as well. And again, the ER and IR verbs in the preterite tense are the exact same. So if we were to take the verb comer, the first step would be to slash the ER, done. And then if we were to start from scratch, we would write the stem, which is C-O-M, first singular, match it up, first singular, comí. Same thing here. We take the ER. Once we take the ER off, we write the C-O-M, the stem, comiste. Comí, comiste, comió, comimos, comieron. So if we were to ask, what did you eat today? Say, ¿qué comiste hoy? I ate chicken with rice. Comí pollo con arroz. Preterite tense, what did you eat today? I ate, specific point where you started, specific stopping point, chicken with rice. Alright, moving on to the verb escribir. And again, the verb endings are the exact same. Iste, yo, imos, and ieron. So I'm going to take this and cut this and paste it right here to help out. So if we're going to write a sentence using the verb escribir, we would say, did you write the letter? Escribiste la carta. La carta, of course, would be the letter. Yes, I wrote it. Sí. La escribí. Yes, I wrote, referring to the letter. Put I right there. Escribí. I wrote 3 pages last night. Escribí 3 páginas anoche. There you have it, the preterite tense conjugation. I hope it was helpful to you. If you need more help or more examples, I would recommend you watch the video again or find more resources online. Good luck to you.